Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Nuggets News. In tonight's video, I just want to go over the current price correction we're seeing in the crypto market. And I know for a lot of you that have only been in this for a few weeks, it's the first time you've seen an extended period of weakness. And I spoke about respecting your capital and doing your research and making sure you're only investing in coins with good fundamentals, because there was a time there where people were throwing money at everything, and a rising tide floats all ships, and everything was going up. Okay, the good coins with big price increases were dragging up everything, and now we're seeing examples like this with 10x down 100% today. And I warned about this, and I was trying to tell guys to take positions if you can to get in the market, but at least put 50% of your capital aside to buy in on a dip. Okay, and I just want to go over a few sort of market basics and how this is all playing out and things that I think are driving the market in particular. So this is etherscan.io, and this allows you to track transactions from any address around the Ethereum network. And what we're seeing is a lot of these big companies that have had their ICOs, we're seeing a lot of ETH flow through now. We're seeing sort of, transactions of 25,000 ETH and 10,000 ETH, okay, and it's no doubt in my mind that this is the ICOs, the guys that have raised a lot of money, and not only in Ethereum, but they've also raised with Bitcoin and other cryptos, okay. And once we start to see these guys lock in a bit of profit, they've made millions of dollars, they want to get some money in the bank to ensure they've got capital there to develop their projects over the next few years and whatnot, and this shouldn't really come to a surprise to anyone, okay. And again, we just see sort of 10,000 ETH getting deposited to Bitfinex exchange for these guys to be able to sell, okay. They want to get these on the exchange and lock in profits. So I think that's definitely a big reason why we're seeing the big decline in price. Like I said, these guys raised Bitcoin, not just Ethereum, and lots of other cryptos. And once these start to fall, like I said, the rising tide that floats all ships, the reverse is true, okay? And there's no doubt that all these coins are highly correlated, especially when the big three, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin fall. All other coins, and especially Ethereum tokens, they're going to fall with it, okay? So if you've done your research and you've bought good quality coins and tokens, you're not too fast. You can sleep at night. You bought those because you like them for months or years out, and these day-to-day fluctuations aren't bothering you too much. So just going back to basic economics here, when we saw these huge run-up in price, supply couldn't meet demand, okay, and price just went through the roof as guys that bought Ethereum bought it for the long-term prospects, and they're not too fussed if it was going up in price. It's great to see, and it's fun to watch your account grow, but we want to hold these things for years' time, and okay, and there wasn't any supply hitting the market, and the demand was just through the roof, so that drove the price up. Whereas now, these ICOs are flooding the markets with supply to sell, and there's guys that are scared and sitting on the sidelines waiting for the bottom to come, and there's just not demand stepping in to buy at this stage, and that's why we're seeing the price go down, okay. So now I just want to talk about stock markets, bonds. These things tend to be not as volatile by any stretch as cryptocurrency, and people talk about commodities, and you guys know I've traded commodities for years in the past, and these guys talk about commodities being the most volatile, and that does present opportunities when buying commodities and commodity stocks, okay. We get big drill downs, and they talk about these being volatile, moving a few percent each day, and that's nothing compared to these sort of huge moves we see in cryptocurrencies. But what it does is it presents opportunities, okay, and I want to go back to this chart I keep coming back to. These things are going to overshoot to the downside. So if we just use round numbers here and say that maybe fair value for Bitcoin, the way that everything stands at present day, is 2,500, maybe 250 for Ethereum, and maybe $45 for Litecoin. Let's just using some round numbers. These things are going to overshoot to the downside. So we don't have a crystal ball. We can use our technical analysis to help us, and I'll do my usual technical analysis tomorrow. But these things are going to overshoot to the downside, and it's at that stage when there's guys that are sort of saying, oh, I bought Ethereum for $100, it's down to $200 now, I've still doubled my money, and they panic and they sell. And I don't know how low this can go. It might only last a few more days. It might last a few weeks. We just don't know. But the thing is that if you bought these, as I did, and I believe that this technology is going to change the world in the long term, it doesn't fuss me. If anything, I'm going to step in and buy more if this happened to get right down below $200 or a huge spike down overnight to $150. You know, you set your orders and you hope that someone panics and that you get an opportunity to buy these coins on the cheap. So that's how I'm looking at all this, guys. I've been through these cycles before with the Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay, we see these big run-ups, that we see these corrections, and the good coins continue on their way up and enter this cycle again. Okay, and unfortunately, if you haven't respected your money and you've just thrown it at coins left, right, and center, these things aren't going to bounce back. They're just going to bottom bounce. Okay, and you've got to remember that for things to go up in price, we need more people to come in. We need this technology to spread, and we need the projects to gain roots and really the rubber to hit the road, okay, and have real world uses for these things, which is why I invest with things that I think are going to do that, okay. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll talk to you again soon.